Before we crack on with the video, I just wanted to let you know that iDRIVEACLASSIC is sponsored by Adrian Flux. I've also got all my cars insured with them, and I also have Flux Rescue, because guess what? All my cars do break down, even if I pretend they don't. If you haven't got your car insured yet, or you're looking for a new renewal quote, click the link below and get in touch with the Adrian Flux team. Hi guys, it's Steph from iDRIVEACLASSIC, and today I'm back with a slightly different video. I realised that we haven't had really much of a fleet update on what's going on with all the cars, and also I've got an NEC competition to talk to you about. So this video today is really, let's catch up like we're old friends. I'll tell you everything that's been going on, and I'll tell you how to win some tickets to the NEC. So first of all, get these sunglasses on, because even though it's February, it is so sunny. So first of all, let's talk about the NEC Restoration Show, because that's really what's prompted this video, and it's made me realise that I haven't really caught up with you lot and told you what's going on, and there's been a few reasons for it. So first of all, I'm going to the NEC Resto Show, and I'm going to be exhibiting, and I'm not exhibiting with the Proton or the Triumph. I'm taking the Marina. Now, I'm not entirely sure what state it's going to be in, because at the moment it's the Marina and it's the engine. And as you know, or you may not know, I went in for gastric sleeve surgery last year, end of last year, and it has been one boring, slow recovery. And it's meant that all the things that I've wanted to do, like putting the engine in, sorting the cars out and stuff, it just hasn't been happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to the NEC, however it is. I'm hoping to be able to get the engine in beforehand, but if I don't, I don't. It's not the end of the world. You can see it. I'll bring the engine separately and we can just crack on. Now, I'd really like to see you there, and I'm going to be on the Hubnut stand, so you can find it in the book as Hubnut and Friends. So needless to say, Ian will be on the stand, Matt's going to be on the stand from Furious Driving, and then there's going to be little old me with the Proton Marina. I'm really excited to show you her, which is why I'm giving away a set of tickets. So to win the set of tickets, you need to email me at idriveaclassic@gmail.com and just tell me, which car am I driving today? So which car am I driving today? That's all I want. It's a dead simple question, and you just need to email it to idriveaclassic@gmail.com. And if you make sure when you email me, because I sort all my emails nowadays, if you just put on it NEC competition, and if you put your full name, your telephone number and the answer, so that if you miss the email, I can still get hold of you and just give you a call. So that only covers you for the tickets. It doesn't cover parking, and it doesn't cover your transport to the show. But I'll tell you what, getting a pair of tickets free helps out immensely, and it means that you've got something to look forward to as well after a really couple of boring years. Because of course, this year, I think it's been, when was the last? Was it 2019? The last show? It was, wasn't it? So we haven't seen each other at the Resto Show since 2019. But yeah, get those emails in. I've popped all the details anyway in the description box below, so don't worry about it. Now, first of all, let's talk about the Proton, because I've been meaning to do a video on it and do a proper review, but if I'm honest, I haven't stopped driving it. And it's a funny one, because when I got offered the car, and I just want to say a massive thank you to the couple who offered me the Proton and really made my life a lot easier, because I didn't really explain to any of you about what was going on or why I took it on or what was really happening behind the scenes, because I didn't feel comfortable talking about it at the time, but I do now. So I was really unhappy last summer, really, really unhappy. And I stopped making videos, I stopped going out, and I don't know, I just really lost sight of who I was as a person, and I was the heaviest weight I'd ever been. And I booked a gastric sleeve surgery, and I just booked it and then cracked on, and I thought, right, well, it's ages away because it's not until November. And it got to about September, and the Triumph was being really, really chaotic. And I thought, I don't know how I'm going to get through life after this surgery with this Triumph breaking every single week, because I was under the bonnet most days. And I was driving to work one day, and I thought, God, I wish that I was one of those people that a car would just land in their lap, and it would be really reliable, and it would be cheap, and all the rest of it. And anyway, the next day I log into my emails, and I get an email from this lady, and she says, I'm getting rid of my dad's old car. Do you know anyone who'd want it? and I got sent a picture of the Proton, as she now is, and I thought, this is it, this is the car. So what I didn't really let on to you all when I went off and did that barn find video and I brought her back and I started driving her, I didn't really tell you why I'd got it. And the reason I did was because I knew that my life would be hell on earth after surgery, because I'd be in absolute agony and I'd be really weak as well. And I thought, I just can't be messing with that Triumph, not in winter. And I took this Proton on, and honestly, as many of you know, I'm not the biggest advocate for 90s cars, or certainly wasn't. I thought they were quite boring, quite dull. I wasn't really into it. But the Proton has changed the game for me. And do you know, when I took her on, I thought, oh yeah, she's all right. I'll run her for a bit till I'm recovered. And then she's going to go to John. And that's kind of just how I saw her. But then she's really grown on me, and I've just been enjoying life so much with her. I've done 10,000 miles already, which is ridiculous. I've been all over the place, and my commute's really long. And I just love her so much. She's so easy to drive. The gearbox is a dream. She's really warm. She's quick. She blends in, so like she's not a massive target. If I'm going somewhere at night and I need to park, I don't sit there all night in the pub worrying and thinking, oh God, when I come back out there's going to be a smash window or something's going to be wrong. I feel like she's a really safe bet, and I hate sentiment around newer cars, but I really, really love her. So much so, in fact, and I really shouldn't tell this story, I went out on a date a few weeks ago, just randomly. I thought I would try dating. I'm not doing it anymore. It's awful, vile. I'll just be single forever. And I went into the car park and he went, oh, are you driving that thing? And I thought, are you joking? This is one of my best cars. I absolutely love it. And anyway, she's been really busy, so we've been going to work. We have been down to, where have we been? We've been everywhere. We've been to Coventry, we've been to Goodwood, and she's even been a film star. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you any pictures yet, but she's going to be in a TV series, or if you're watching from abroad, she's going to be in the next season of a popular TV show. And I'm very excited. So when that all goes live, I'll make you all aware. And yeah, I mean, I would love to tell you that I've had to do lots of stuff, or there's been dramas along the way, but honestly, all I've had to do is, apart from a couple of bits, get her serviced and get some new tyres on her. It's been very, very alarmingly straightforward for one of my cars. Now, a car that hasn't been straightforward is the Triumph, because yet again, I didn't drive it for ages after surgery because, as I suspected, I was really weak, and even now, I've still been struggling with it. But I did something for the BBC, which again I'm going to tell you about really soon. I can't tell you all the details yet, but I went down to do something with the BBC, and I took the Triumph because I gave everybody a vote on Twitter. I said, should I take the Proton, should I take the Triumph? And lots of sensible people said that Triumph is not going to make it there and back. I went, yeah, it'll be fine. Anyway, I don't really understand what's happened, but I've lost drive, and I'm still recovering from surgery. I'm finding it really difficult, actually. And, you know, I'm still sick most days. I still feel really weak and stuff. And, yeah, so at the moment, she's kind of just sitting, waiting for me. And then we've got the Marina. So the Marina, at the moment, is the car minus the engine. So hopefully we'll get that all back together for the NEC. And if not, it won't be a case of she stays home. I'll just bring it all as separate units and you can come and have a look. And that's where we are with the fleet. And, of course, my Morris Minor. So I've not really talked about her. So I've had the same Morris Minor now for 10 years this year. It'll be 10 years on the Jubilee weekend, because I remember that I bought her on that bank holiday in 2012. And she is currently being restored. I've farmed that out to my friend Joe's dad. So he's doing that. And honestly, Andy is an absolute whiz. He really knows what he's doing. At the moment, I think she's about to go into paint, and you've got lots to look forward to with her if you like Morris Minor content, because I'm going to be taking her to France. I've booked the trip. We go in May. We're going on Miners on Tour, so I'm very excited for that. I'm going to try and get her up to Scotland, take her out to some shows this year. So lots of Morris Minor content to look forward to as well. So that's kind of it from me, really. That's where the fleet is at the moment. I've obviously got a couple of other cars milling around in the background that I don't really talk about, mainly because I don't really think I'm going to keep them that much longer, because I'm trying to trim down the fleet. And I think that I'm not too sure what will happen when the Morris Minor's done. I think that once she's done, I'm going to have a real long, hard think about what I do next. And I think if it comes down to 3 cars, which is probably what I'll do to try and make it more manageable, is it'll be the Morris Minor, be the Marina, and it'll probably be the Proton, because although I said I was going to get rid of it, I really can't see myself getting rid of it now. It's too useful. She's just... I know that I probably sound like an absolute weirdo, because people will be like, oh, it's not even a classic, it's just some boring old Proton. But she's honestly she just makes me smile. She's just one of the best cars I've ever had, and I love her so much. I think she's brilliant. So that's kind of everything from me, really. But I want to hear about what you're all up to at home. What have you all been working on? I feel like I've missed out on a lot of chat recently through Twitter. I know some of you don't have Twitter. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you're doing with your cars. Tell me which shows I need to add into my diary for this year as well, because my diary is a bit free of shows and I want to come and see some stuff as well. So that's it from me from this week. Next week we have got one of the most exciting cars coming up. We have got an Armstrong Siddeley, and not just any Armstrong Siddeley either. It's an Armstrong Siddeley Lancaster. So that's to look forward to next week. Make sure you enter for those free tickets for the NEC Resto Show. And until next Sunday, when we look at something far older, take care and drive safely.